Adult ADHD holiday tips, especially for this unprecedented year in 2020. I'm Dr. Trish Leigh. Let me tell you how you can thrive this holiday season if you struggle with adult ADHD. In this video, I'm first going to tell you what the brain pattern looks like and what you will experience behaviorally because of the brain pattern if you struggle with adult ADHD. Then I'm going to give you some really awesome tips that will make it easy for you to thrive in all aspects of this holiday season. Okay, so first of all, what is the adult ADHD brain pattern? What does the brain map look like? So, adult ADHD is an adult version of child ADHD. We know that ADHD is a neurodevelopmental disorder. So it means that when you were born, your brain was born with too much theta, slow brain processing speed. So basically, theta is the slow speed in your brain that helps your brain shift into sleep in the evening. It should really only kick in the evening as you're getting tired and groggy and getting ready for bed. If you struggle with adult ADHD, your brain is making lots of theta in the day. Your brain is falling asleep in the day when it should be alert and engaged and using faster processing speed. That's why you may struggle on a daily basis, and especially when it comes to the tips that I'm about to give you that have to do with this holiday season. Okay, so number one tip is elf on the shelf. Any other holiday traditions that need to happen on a daily basis at a specific time? Set an alarm. I have been momming 5 children for 18 years. I set alarms for just about everything that I need to make happen, that there will be recourse for if I don't make happen well. And then guess what? Sometimes I just hit snooze or off on the alarm and the thing doesn't happen anyways, which is tip number 2 within the elf on the shelf tip is have a backup plan. So when the elf moves every night, sometimes he can get stuck. If he's in the pantry, he might get stuck in a cereal box. If your dog gets up at night and is walking around, he may not be able to move. So if you forget the alarm, your elf might not have been able to move because of the other reason that you already have pre-planned. Have a backup plan. Set your alarm. In the first place, it will take your stress levels from here to here because you will already know what you're going to do every day and what you're going to do if it doesn't work out. Try it. It will be a game changer for you if you're not using that strategy right now and you have young children. Okay, Christmas cards. I've always wanted to send Christmas cards. I've never been able to because they don't make the priority list, unfortunately. But if you prioritize Christmas cards and they're important to you, get them done early, like now, and you can order the photo cards that so many people love to send. And those are beautiful because they really help you connect. And then that way, all you have to do after selecting them, they come pretty quickly. Then you can fill out the addresses, put the stamps on, send them out. But if you don't want to have to worry about addresses and stamps in today's day and age, and especially in this COVID-19 time, the mail and the postal service is slower than ever, go electronic this year. And I think this year is an unprecedented time where we don't have to follow the traditions that we've followed in the past because things are so different. It actually can give you a reason to break free from some of the stuff that maybe you've wanted to break free from in the past, but you haven't been able to because it's tradition. This year, send e-cards, send emails, send Facebook messages, send your Christmas greetings in an electronic way. It will be so much faster and easier for you. You'll get immediate connection back and forth with the people in your world, which is more important than following the tradition of the card, if that feels good to you. That's an awesome suggestion. It's what counts, the connecting with other people and letting them know that you're thinking about them and that you care about them. That is still done, and especially in an easier way in this year. Okay, homemade cookies. I love to make homemade cookies, so we make homemade cookies every year. And my 5 beautiful children, my husband, who doesn't usually love to be that involved, as my children have grown older and have become teenagers, now I make the dough myself. You can even buy pre-made dough from grocery stores. if you don't want to have to make the dough. I make the dough myself ahead of time, the day before, so that I'm not maxing myself out making the dough and then making 5 children engage in dough making with me. And honestly, usually my youngest daughter does it with me, and she and I have fun the day before. The day of cookie making, each child and my hubs is supposed to, it's kind of the family suggestion, albeit requirement, has to make 2 cookies. They have to cut 2 cookies out, put it on the pan, we bake them, we all take a break, we make some cappuccinos, we hang out, everybody can go back to their rooms and refresh and recharge. We come back and they decorate their 2 cookies. And then of course, if anybody's inspired and wants to do more, they stick around and do the ones that I've made in excess. What I'm doing is creating that just right amount of interaction without requiring everybody to stick around for 3-4 hours while we make dough, while we bake cookies, while we decorate. Set people up for success in your world and set yourself up for success. If you have no interest in doing that, buy cookies. There's so many beautiful ones out there in the world. And buy a platter. You can buy a $1 platter that makes them look lovely. And then you don't even have to make cookies if you don't want to. But that way, at least you're keeping yourself at the forefront of success. Okay, let's move on to gifts. So many people can get carried away, guilty as charged some years, get carried away in trying to produce the perfect gift for the people in your life and then producing a gift for every single person in your life. So this is actually 2 tips. Number 1, gifts. Simple and meaningful. And the suggestion that I use, and I do this myself, and actually I've asked some of my teenage kids, when you're buying a gift for someone, what is your strategy? And my son and I talked about this at length one day, and he told me his strategy, which is different than mine. But the main point about this is have a gift-giving strategy that feels good to you, because he loves to buy gifts for people because he has this strategy that helps him to buy meaningful gifts for other people. The strategy that I use is I write all the people that I want to buy gifts for down on the left-hand side of the page. On the right-hand side of the page, I list the number 1 thing I think of when I think of that person. So my bestie, I think of kind of beautiful, upscale, posh cosmetics and jewelry. And so then I listed that.
Apologies. I couldn't hear.
Oh, sorry. That was Siri. I'm going to just roll with it even though she interrupted me. But I think of posh gifts that are beautiful for her. So then I was looking through my Oprah magazine, and lo and behold, one of Oprah's favorite things is a posh luxury lipstick gift set. And so I had already thought of that, and I thought to myself, this is a great gift. I can get this for my bestie. And I proceeded to do that. And it makes it fun instead of keeping the stress in the holiday season. So use a strategy, and you can use that one if it feels good to you. My hubs, it's always something to do with golf, sometimes with coffee. So this way I can get him a great gift that is personalized and that is easy and fun for me to select. Okay, so then moving on to the second part of this strategy is if you feel like you need to buy a gift for everybody in your world, all the service people that work with you or anybody at work, a great way to give them a meaningful gift is to choose a local merchant or a store that you like to, or a business that you like to work with and purchase from, and buy gift certificates at that organization. Buy lots of them. Buy them in small dollar amounts, because this way you can customize it for any person that you want on a moment's notice. Go to the store, go to Walmart or Target and buy the big packs of Christmas cards. Have them handy. Then, if you forgot to give your postal worker a gift and you meant to, you can run, get a card, get a gift card of 5, 10, 15, 20, whatever amount you want, and then you can give that person a gift literally in under a minute. If you buy the gift certificates from a place that you love in your community, there's no way they're going to go to waste anyways. So if you buy too many, you can use them yourself in the end. And that way you can have thoughtful gifts for people on a moment's notice. Okay, so talking about the tree, we're moving into the tree. We only have a couple more tips here. If you like to put up a real tree, have a strategy. And I've been strategizing my life for years. So our strategy is we always go to the Christmas tree farm the day after Thanksgiving. We're always the first people there. You know why? Because it's easier to drag 5 kids out of bed, not have to feed them right away, just put them all into the car. Don't give anybody the opportunity to get ready. The tree farm's about 15 minutes away. We motor over there and we're the first people there, so there's no line. My husband always chooses out an obscenely large tree, so we venture over to the outrageously large tree section and we together pick out a tree and we have fun doing it. Then at the tree farm we go to, by design, all you do is show them the tree that you want. They tag it, they bag it, they put it on the top of our car while we sit inside. There's hot chocolate to purchase if we want to get some. They have a little store where we can buy some other knickknacks. By the time the tree is secured on the top of the car, which takes no time when you're one of the first people, because you don't have to wait in a line, the whole thing takes an hour. And it is such a fun tradition for us. When our kids were younger, before we moved to North Carolina where we live now, we lived in Buffalo, New York. And after a year or two of taking, at that time it was probably 4 babies to get a Christmas tree in the freezing cold, in snowsuits, they couldn't even walk, never mind walk through a huge tree farm in the snow. Guess what we did? This is a beautiful strategy. That tree farm would let us go in the summer to pick out our tree. And when we were there in the summer, they would let us use one of their ATVs that was, that we could all ride on because the tree farm was huge. We'd bring a picnic, we'd bring the kids, we'd bring some friends, we'd run through the tree farm in the summer when it was warm and lovely in Buffalo, and we would tag our tree. Then at Christmas time, 6 months later, when we went back, all we had to do is tell them that we were there for it. And actually, we like to cut it down ourselves at that tree farm, which was super fun. All we had to do is walk out to it. My husband would cut it down. Then they would tag it, bag it, put it on the car, and we would have hot chocolate by the fire and leave. Strategy to be successful. So think about your strategy. If it includes too many parts, break it down. Do it on different days. Do it in a different season. Think outside the box. Okay, so if these strategies feel not too much for you, that your adult ADHD would preclude you from being able to strategize these things, please reach out to me at trish@drtrishleigh.com. My home neurofeedback program is proven scientifically to reduce theta in your brain so that you literally can reduce or alleviate all the symptoms of your adult ADHD. There's science that proves what I say is true, and I can produce that for you if you'd like. I would love to help you so you don't have to struggle with planning and organization, executive dysfunction, difficulty attending, and especially, at this holiday time, you can thrive instead of surviving and feeling overwhelmed and fatigued and anxious about it. So reach out to me if it feels good. And as always, during this holiday season, control your brain or it'll control you.